to Yoga with Shelly. So glad you're back. Let's get ready. Let's get into a nice, comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on my block. I like to do that to keep my sit bones up. Start bringing our awareness into our breath, lifting our sternum, let our shoulders come over our hips, palms facing up toward the ceiling, relaxing down through our lower back, down through our sit bones. You can close your eyes here if you would like. It just kind of helps bring your awareness into our body, into our breath. On your next inhale, notice the float at the top of your inhale. Exhaling down our spine. Notice the pause at the bottom of your exhale. Inhaling up through our spines. Gentle smile, float at the top. Exhaling, relaxing our jaw and our shoulders, down through our arms. Nice pause at the bottom. And let's do a few more breaths that way, pausing in between our inhale and our exhale. Focusing on our spine. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Notice how your belly's gently rising on your inhale, making room for your lungs to expand. Go ahead and set an intention for your practice here today. Just what you would like to cultivate here. Some virtue or quality. Go ahead and open up our eyes and stretch out that right arm. Put your left hand over your fingers. We'll always start with stretching out our arms and our wrists and our hands. Inhale to that pinky, and then we'll go to that ring finger. Middle finger, nice stretch up through your palm. Pointer finger. And reaching underneath to our thumb, gently pulling down, nice little twisting stretch. And then we'll release and bring those hands back down to our legs. Inhale, stretch out that left arm. Right hand goes over our fingers, gently pulling back. And then inhale to our pinky. Ring finger, middle finger, big stretch through our forearm and underneath to our thumb, gently pulling down, nice twisting stretch. And then we'll release there and bring our hands back down to our legs. Next inhale, roll those wrists up to the ceiling, lifting our sternum. Exhale, rolling our wrists the other way, bringing those hands back down to our legs, relaxing down our spine. Next inhale. Lift your chin up, and then exhale, chin goes down toward our sternum. Right hand goes behind our head, a little pressure on the back of our head, opening up the back of our neck. And release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Right hand goes around the side of our head, little pressure there. And release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Left hand goes around the side of our head. Little pressure there. Relaxing our jaw. And release, inhale our head back up. And now we can just roll our head on top of our spine, bringing everything back into alignment. Big inhale here. Exhale one more time. Down through our sit bones, relaxing our lower back. Gentle smile on our face. Noticing that energy now flowing through our torso and our arms. Waking up our body for our practice. Awesome. Okay, now let's take that block and put it to the side. And we'll come up to all fours and get ready to do our cat-cow, warming up our spine. We're going to spread out our fingers. Straight line there, pushing our shoulder blades away from our spine. Next inhale, drop that belly down, look straight ahead. Exhale, rolling our back up toward the ceiling, looking back at our thighs. Inhale, drop that belly down. Exhale, rolling up, extending through your shoulders. Inhale, dropping that belly down. Exhale, rolling up one more time, pushing your hands and feet into the mat. And then coming back here to neutral back. Now balancing, picking up our right hand and our left knee, straightening out our arm and our leg. Extend through that right shoulder, palm facing left, belly's pulled in, extending back through your left foot. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. Adjusting here. Inhale, pick up your left hand and your right knee, pushing your right hand into the mat, extending through that left arm, back through that right leg. Reaching to the two sides of the room, waking up all those muscles and ligaments. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. All right, adjusting here. Now we're going to do a little inversion. We're going to take this right hand under our left, bending your left elbow. We're going to slide that right arm out to the side and bring our head down to the mat. Relaxing our head on the mat here, relaxing our lower back. Nice little twist. Nice little stretch through that shoulder. Inhale ourselves back up. Adjust here. Left hand goes under our right, bending that right elbow and sliding that left arm over. Our head comes all the way down. Relaxing here. Notice that twist. Getting our spine warmed up. Inhale, pushing that right hand into the mat. All right. Now we're going to tuck those toes under, getting ready to come up to down dog. So we're going to pick up our seat, adjust our hands, adjust our feet. Our feet are hip width apart. Our hands are shoulder width apart, spreading out those fingers. Lift your sit bones and tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. Extend through those shoulders, turning your elbows in toward each other. Belly pulls in and up under your rib cage. You can relax the backs of your legs a little bit, getting a deeper stretch in the back of your legs. Head's nice and loose. Jaws nice and relaxed. Nice deep ujjayi breath. Start to ground in your breathing. Notice the sound of your breath on your exhale. Next inhale, we're going to either hop or walk or shuffle our feet up in between our hands. And then we're going to relax, stay folded over for ragdoll. So here we are, nice and relaxed. Head's nice and loose. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. You can soften your knees here a little bit to let your torso hang down a little bit further. We want to be feeling a nice stretch in the backs of our legs and also get this nice inversion, creating space in between our vertebrae, getting the blood flowing there in our back. Inhale, bend your elbows, hold your elbows with your hands, and we're going to seesaw our arms back and forth, and then up and down. And then we're going to release those elbows. And then inhale, start to lift. Arms are nice and loose. Slowly coming up, one vertebrae at a time. Lifting our sternum. Shoulders come over our hips. I think I just lost an earring. maybe not. Exhaling, relaxing down our spine. Belly's pulled in, chin's up. Now we're gonna do 3 sun salutes to get us all, our whole body flowing, start getting our heart rate up, getting ready for those more dynamic standing poses. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. You can hop or step back to plank. You can always plank on your knees and chaturanga down. You can always chaturanga knees, hips, chest. But when we bend our elbows, we want our elbows to be by our ribs. Inhale, lifting our shoulders. Come up to a nice cobra here. You can do baby cobra or up dog. Up dog, our knees and our legs are off the mat. And then exhale, down dog. You can bend your knees to come up to down dog, or you can kind of just lift your seat up like this. Adjusting our feet, looking back at our knees, pushing the heels of our hands into the mat and turning those elbows in toward each other a little bit. Nice deep ujjayi breaths. Next inhale, we're gonna hop or walk our hands up between, feet up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. And exhale, hands come down to our sternum. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, we'll always take about 5 breaths here in down dog. If you want to, you can always do 10 sun salutes in the morning to get your heart rate up. Getting your heat and your heart rate up builds your immune system. It fights illness. So always a good thing to do. This whole practice is doing that. But if you want to do a quick 10, 15-minute way, it's kind of like going for a walk or a swim, but you're doing it on your mat, and you can do 10 sun salutes. And it's so awesome. So we're going to inhale, bring our feet up between our hands, lift halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, heart center. Here we go, one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Stepping back to plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right. So here in down dog, let's shift our weight to our right foot. Bend your left knee. We're going to take our left leg up. Foot goes up toward the ceiling. We're going to keep our hips facing the mat. Push the heels of your hands into the mat. Tilt your pelvis forward a little bit, reaching up with that left foot. And then exhale, bring that leg down. Adjust here. Shift our weight to our left foot. Right foot goes up. My hips are staying facing the mat. We're not opening up like we did the other day. The bottom of my foot is still facing up toward the ceiling. Pushing my hands into the mat. Tilting my pelvis forward a little bit. I get that nice big stretch through that left leg, the back of that left leg. Exhale, foot comes back down. Inhale. Feet come up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. And exhale, heart center. All right. Very good. Now we're all warmed up for our standing poses. Strength building. So good for us. All right. So here we are. We're standing, shoulders over our hips, belly's pulled in, spread out those toes, nice and grounded. Next inhale, we're gonna bend those knees and our hands come up over our head for chair pose. We're gonna engage our shoulders and our arms, our hips and our legs. Everything's pushing toward middle line. Sacrum comes out a little bit, maybe lowering your seat a little bit. All right. Inhale, straighten those legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, shifting our weight to our left foot, we're going to take our right foot and swing it up inside of our right hand. Turning that left foot out, heel comes down. Pushing our right foot into the mat, we're lifting our torso and our arms come up over our head. Palms facing each other. Nice, straight, strong left leg. Our knees right over our ankle. And we can engage our shoulders and our arms, pushing toward the midline. Remember, you can always do less. Find where you want to challenge yourself and find your happy edge. Nice big inhale. We're going to turn to the left. Left arm goes back, right arm goes forward. Turning our gaze to look over those right fingertips. Our chin is up a little bit. Our shoulders are right over our hips. We're not leaning forward. We're standing our ground, gently pushing our feet into the mat, reaching with those arms. Big inhale here, right arm comes down to our leg, left arm swoops down. At this point, we can bring that block next to our foot and drop that hand down. Left hand goes up to about 10 o'clock, palm facing right. Little pressure on that right leg. Reaching up to 2 o'clock, extending through our rib cage. Think about having a straight line from our fingertips down to our heel. Next, exhale, bring that arm down to our side. Push your right foot into the mat, lifting our torso. And we can walk that right foot out to the side. Now we're going to reach forward with this left arm. Inhale, twist to the right. Left elbow goes over right leg. Relax down our spine. Left hand's on our shoulder. Right hand comes behind our back. I like to put my left hand on my shoulder because it lets me twist a little bit further. Little pressure on that right leg. Nice, straight, strong left leg. And release and untwist. Adjust and lift, pushing that right leg into the mat. And now we can straighten that leg, getting ready for triangle pose. So I come back toward one track for triangle, and you can play with that triangle. You can go to 2 tracks as you're building balance. We're going to go into triangle a little bit different today. Today, instead of going into pyramid first, we're going to lift our arms up like we do for Warrior 2. And then we're going to hinge at our hips and reach forward with that right arm. Palms are going to face left. And then it's like a big circle. We're going to take that right hand down, left hand up for triangle pose. So we can incorporate that block. What's most important is that right leg is straight, so we get that nice stretch going all the way up through the inside of our leg. You can do tent hand. You can be right here like this, as long as you have this right leg straight. And then we're going to turn our gaze and look up through those left fingertips, pushing our right hand into the mat. And then exhale, hand comes down. Very good. Let's bend that right knee. Take our right hand outside of our foot. Left foot flips up. Rocking back. Nice plank here. Chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Now at any time, if you get fatigued or you just need a break, you can come down into child's pose. And just when you feel like you're ready, you can jump back in and pick up with us. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Left foot comes up inside of your left hand. Right foot turns out. Pushing that left foot into the mat. Our knee is right over our ankle. Belly's pulled in. Hands are over our shoulders. Shoulders are over our hips. Belly's pulled in. You can play with your lunge here. Maybe you can go deeper. See what you can do. Nice big inhale. Open up to the right. Left hand goes forward. Right arm goes back. Think about those shoulders being right over your hips. Reaching with your arms. Left knee is still over our ankle. Sometimes our left knee goes in a little bit. Kind of look down. You might open up a little bit. Reaching with those arms. And then we're going to inhale, bend this left arm. Arm comes down to our leg. Our right arm swoops down. And we're going to put that block inside. Right arm comes up to about 10 o'clock. Reaching up to 10 o'clock, extending through your rib cage. Little pressure on that left leg. Think about having that straight line from your fingertips all the way down to your heel. Exhale, right arm comes down. And we're going to lift and get ready to twist. Opening up, I walk my left foot out to the side a little bit. Reaching forward with my right arm. Inhale, twist to the left. My right arm goes over my left leg. Right hand's resting right there. My left hand goes behind my back. Looking over that left shoulder. Nice, straight, strong right leg. Relax your lower back. Looking up over that left shoulder. And release and untwist. Remember to keep that Ujjayi breath going. Straighten out that left leg. Getting ready for triangle. I'm going to go this way. This time our arms go up. Palms face right. Reaching forward. Left leg stays straight. Left hand goes down. Right hand goes up. Looking to the right. You can use that block. Just keep that leg straight. And then turn our gaze and look up through those right fingertips. Pushing your left hand into the mat. Reaching with that right arm. Exhale, hand comes down. Bend our left knee. Right foot flips up. Rocking back to a nice plank here. And chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale to child's pose. Bring your toes together. Bend our knees. Our seat comes down to our heels. Head comes down to our mat. Forehead's resting right there. Take your elbows a little bit wider so you can relax your shoulders. Let's put our palms together here and bring our hands behind our head. Nice little stretch through our shoulders there. Relax your lower back. Our awareness is there in our breath. Nice, deep, grounded Ujjayi breathing. Okay, hands come back to our mat in front of us. Lifting our seat up, tucking those toes under, lifting our seat up toward the ceiling, looking back at our knees, spreading out those fingers, tilting our pelvis forward, belly comes up under our rib cage. Next inhale, feet come up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhaling to chair, and we're going to do revolved chair today. So here we are in chair. Exhale to skier, arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, heart, hands come to heart center, sacrum goes out. Exhale, heels come down, twist to the right. Put your left elbow over your right leg. Look to the right. Think about your right elbow being over top of your left.
Look up toward the ceiling. Maybe lower your seat down a little bit, a little pressure. Some people like to open up like this. Debbie, I saw you do this once. I love it. Open up, look up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, bring that right hand down. Straighten our legs. And we'll just bend our knees back and forth here. All right. Here we go on the other side. Inhale, lifting to chair. Exhale, skier. Inhale, thumbs to heart center. Exhale, heels come down, twisting to the left. Lower your seat. Put that right elbow over your left leg. Left elbow's over your right, putting a little pressure on that left leg. Then we can open up to the side, kind of like we do for triangle pose. Relax where you can relax. I know that sounds counterintuitive. And exhale, bring that left hand down. Straighten our legs, relax. Bend our knees, feel that blood flow come back into our quads. So good breaths. Woo! All right, now we inhale to chair one more time. Inhale to chair, but just chair. Engage your shoulders and your arms, your hips and your legs. Remember, you can always do less. Now inhale, heels come down, hands come together, thumbs come down to our sternum. Relax down, spreading out our toes. Nice and grounded. Very nice. All right, awesome. Good work. Moving on to our balance pose. Our balance pose today is dancer pose. And dancer pose, you might be next to a wall or a chair to use as your balance object today. And what we do is first we start nice equanimous standing position, shoulders over our hips, hips over our feet, feet spread out. Then we bend at our waist because we're going to shift our weight to this left foot, bending our right knee, and we want to connect at this ankle here, and then lift. It's helpful at this point to find a focal point to gaze at. All right, here we are connected. My right elbow is bent, and it's kind of away from my body. I'm not bending in this way, I'm kind of opened up out this way. Okay, so we might be just here holding for 5 breaths. Maybe we're gonna come up and bring our left arm up toward the ceiling. We might push our right ankle into our hand, arching our back, opening up through our heart. Maybe bringing this left arm parallel to the floor. And holding for 5 breaths. Find your happy edge for today. Where can you hold for 5 breaths? Making micro adjustments. Then after 5 good breaths, we're gonna come back up. Knee comes in, arm comes down, releasing that foot. Very nice. Here we go on the other side. Remember, it's always easier to balance too off of a mat. So if you want to go to a flatter, more solid ground. Okay, here we go on the right side. Okay. Oh, feel how that left side, before we start, take a moment to do a body check. Feel that energy going through your hip here, through that left leg. Okay, we're going to shift our weight to our right foot. Bend our knee, reach down for that ankle, finding our focal point and lifting. Elbows bent and going out toward the side a little bit. Think about your elbow being right over your foot. Now, we're going to take that right arm up toward the ceiling, pushing our ankle into our hand, maybe bringing that right arm parallel to the floor, lifting our chin, opening up our heart a little bit. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. Wherever wherever you're at today, hold for 5 breaths. And then we'll inhale, whew, and release, come back up. Whew, perfectly imperfect yoga. It's always the way, only way to do it. I'm going to let the dog in. All right, moving on to our wide angle poses. Here we go, we're gonna turn to the side. Well, I'm gonna turn to the side. You guys can take your feet wide on your mat like this. That way your feet stick to the mat. All right, we're gonna reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, hands go down below our shoulders, relaxing down our spine, all the way down until we're looking behind us. Give your head a little shake, nice and loose, arms are nice and loose, spreading out those toes. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Maybe tilt your pelvis forward a little bit to get a deeper stretch in the backs of those legs. And we're going to inhale and bring ourselves back up. This time our hands come behind our back, lacing our fingers together, lifting our sternum, drawing our shoulders back, our hands come away from our seat. Belly's pulled in. Exhale, bending at our waist. Our head goes down toward the mat and our hands go up toward the ceiling. Use your hands to push up, getting that nice stretch in your shoulders. Head's nice and loose. Relaxing your lower backs, maybe spreading out your toes. Relaxing your jaw. Maybe push those hands up a little bit higher or a little bit over. And we'll inhale and bring ourselves back up. Hands come down. Lifting our sternum back up. Relaxing and releasing our hands. All right, one more time now. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling. Getting our peace fingers ready. Exhale, fold. Hands come down around our ankles. Or we might put those peace fingers around our big toe if that's available. Or they could be behind your calves. What's important is that those legs are straight. Bending our elbows. Gently pulling ourselves a little bit deeper into the fold. Nice big stretch through those hamstrings. We can relax and roll our weight to the outsides of our feet, getting a nice stretch through our ankles, up into our calves and our shins. And we'll inhale, bring our hands to center here. Bend our knees, getting ready for Malasana, rocking back and forth, sliding those feet in up under our sit bones, relaxing our lower back. Straight ahead. A little pressure on the insides of our legs. Palms come up. Thumbs right there by our sternum. You could keep your hands on the ground if you want to use your hands to balance, and your heels can be up off the mat. Just think about relaxing that lower back. Maybe find a focal point to look at. Relaxing your jaw. Come down. I'm going to put my plug over here. Our left knee comes down, left foot goes forward, right leg goes back behind us, and we're going to do our deer poses. So we're going to bring that left sit bone down to the mat. Make your adjustments. Bring that left hand, so both hands are in front of our shin, and we're going to slowly start to walk ourselves down. Now, our focal point here is that left hip. So we're going to relax our lower back, take our elbows wide, and we want to rest our head somewhere. So we might stack our fists here and rest our head there in our hands. Relaxing that right leg. Relax your jaw and your shoulders. If you're not feeling it in your left hip, you can walk your hands over to the right. Walk your arms over to the right to get a little deeper stretch there in that left hip. If you're feeling it too much, you can walk your hands over to the left, and that'll back off. Just find where you're feeling discomfort but not pain. Bringing blood flow into that target area, stretching those ligaments and tendons. Inhale ourselves back up. Now you can do deer pose for a long time. It's a nice meditation pose. We do it for about 5 breaths. But if later on in the day it's a nice grounding pose, if you ever need to feel like you need to ground, deer pose is a great grounding pose. Okay, so we're going to take this left hand down here below our shoulder, and our right arm's going to go up toward the ceiling, and then we're going to inhale and lift those hips up toward the ceiling, reaching up with that right arm. And then we're going to open up our heart and let that right hand go down, letting our head hang back. Nice big stretch through that right side. Pushing that right hip up a little bit higher maybe. And then inhale, hand comes up, exhale, bringing ourselves down. Adjusting here. Sometimes you get a little crampy in your hip here, just make your adjustments. We're going to do a nice little gentle twist here. This is called sage. We're going to lift our sternum, twist to the left, putting your right hand over your left leg. And then we're going to look over that left shoulder. A little pressure on that left leg. Nice twist. Maybe pushing your right knee into the mat. And release and then twist. Very nice. All right, leaning back. We're just going to flip those feet to the other side. Bringing that left leg behind us. Right leg's in front. Adjusting here. I get a little crampy right here in this hip when I do this. Woo! Move it around. Hands go in front of our shin. We start to walk ourselves down. Elbows go wide. Maybe stack our hands here so we can bring our head down. Relaxing. Taking those elbows wide. Breathing into that right hip. Adjusting that back leg and then letting it relax. Let that left leg just melt down toward the floor. Relax our jaw and our shoulders. Finding that happy edge with that hip. And then we'll inhale and lift ourselves back up. Walking back. Right hand comes below our shoulder. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, adjusting there. That left hand's below our shoulder, reaching up, lifting that left hip up, and then letting our arm fall back. Nice big stretch. You'll feel it in your quad, coming up through your psoas muscle, through your rib cage, letting your head drop. And then we'll inhale, hand comes up, and then arm comes down, adjusting here. Very good. Now we're going to do that little twist. Twisting to the right, put our left hand over our right leg, pushing your left knee into the mat, looking over our right shoulder. Nice deep breaths. Relax your jaw. And release and untwist. Very nice. Okay, moving on. The next pose we're going to do is side plank. And I'm going to show you the progression of side plank, and you choose what level that you would like to hold it at. Remember, we're going toward holding that plank for 5 breaths. So, the first way we can start is on our elbow, right? And so our elbow's right over our shoulder. Now, if you'd like, you can start on your hand, straight arm. For both of them, you want to make sure you're not collapsed in your shoulder here. We don't want to be like this. We want to push our shoulder away from our jaw and our ear. Same with up here. You want to push that shoulder away. And if you're up, straight arm, you want to bend your elbow and make sure your elbow bends back. Okay. Here we've got straight legs. You can bend that top left knee to start out with, and our hands in front, and you want to flex your bottom foot, your right foot. Now, we're going to inhale and lift that hip off the mat, and we're going to take our left arm straight up toward the ceiling, flexing that right leg and your right foot, and then you might put your left foot on top of your right. Belly's pulled in. You can adjust your hand, turn it. Nice. Try to hold for 5 breaths. Belly's pulled in. You can always keep your foot in front. After 5 good breaths, we're going to put that foot in front and bring our hip down. Very nice. All right, let's go on the other side. Okay, here we've got our elbow under our shoulder, pushing that shoulder away from our jaw. Or we might be up here with our hand. Bending that elbow, make sure it's bending out. Straight legs, bending that top leg. Next inhale, lifting up that bottom hip. And our right hand goes up to the ceiling. Flexing that left foot, flexing our left leg. Nice space there so we can stack that right hand on top of, that right foot on top of our left foot. Belly's pulled in. Nice deep breaths. Relax where you can relax. I can relax my jaw right now. My shoulders. I'm pushing that right shoulder into the mat, but like toward my spine in the back. Very good. Now, exhale, put your right foot in front, bring your hip down. Very nice. All right, good work. Now, getting ready, we're gonna do our forward folds today. So, look around for our belt, get that ready to go. I'm folding mine in half. Feet are flexed. Looking straight ahead. Legs are straight. Keep your legs straight for forward folds so we get that nice stretch in the backs of our legs. Inhale, arms go up toward the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, leaning forward. Feel that stretch. And then our belt goes around the arches of our feet. You could put your hands around the arches of your feet. Chin goes toward our shins, bending our elbows, tilting our body forward. Our belly goes toward our thighs. Breathe into the backs of those legs. Very nice. And release, and we'll inhale ourselves back up. Lifting our sternum, inhale. Exhale, belt goes around the balls of our feet now. If you're using your hands, they go over the top. Keep those knees straight, whatever you do. Okay, we're gonna take our sternum forward. Feel that big stretch in the backs of your knees and the tops of your calves. Belly comes down. Chin goes toward our shins. You can feel your shoulder blades coming away from your spine. Very good. And release. Inhale ourselves back up. And this time we let that belt go and we kind of point our toes, the balls of our feet go down toward the floor, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold. Bringing our hands forward, pointing our toes. We want to feel that nice stretch on the tops of our feet and our ankles and our shins. So we can turn our knees in toward each other a little bit. If it's available, you can use your hands to give the backs of your legs a little rub, your feet. Maybe turn your toes down toward the floor. And then we'll come back up. Very good. All right, the next pose we're going to go into is called Marichiasana. And we start like this, sitting on the floor like we do for our forward folds. So we're going to need our belt for Marichiasana. So we're going to have this right by our side here. And we're going to start with our left leg bent. So we're going to bring that foot up as close to our sit bone as we can. We're going to move our torso to the inside of that left leg and bring our left arm inside. So our shoulder's right next to our knee here. Now we're going to reach forward and And we're gonna take this belt as we reach forward. And my hand's gonna be at the end of the belt like this. Reaching forward as far as we can. So bring your torso down toward that right leg as far as you can. Now we're gonna flip our hand so our palm is facing to the left. And we're gonna bring this arm around and whip that belt around until it's laying behind you. See, the end's over here. And I'm gonna take my right arm and I'm gonna connect on that belt in the back. Flexing my right foot. I'm putting pressure on my left shin with this upper arm. My chin's going toward my shin. And I'm gonna turn around and let you see what it looks like in the back. So I went forward, I flipped this in the back, and I connected with my belt. Now you might be connected here. Some people might be able to connect your hands. Wherever you're at, just find, what your body's doing and work with that. Flexing that right foot, putting pressure on that left leg. And then release, and bring this arm back around. Very good, like that. Okay, and then we're gonna straighten that leg. Push your hands into the mat, adjust your spine. Here we go on the other side. So we're gonna have our belt. Now we can put it right here. We're gonna bend our right leg, our torso goes inside, my right shoulder's inside of my leg, and I'm reaching forward. I'm pushing myself back. With my left hand, I'm kind of pushing myself forward. I take my belt, flip my hand toward the right, whip that belt around in the back so I can connect. And I take that left hand and connect, flexing my left foot, chin goes toward my shin, putting pressure on my shin, my right shin with my upper arm. Nice stretch through our back. So good for digestion. And release. And untwist, or uncurl. Little pretzel-y pose there. All right, very good. That's Marichiasanas. Well done. Okay. For our next pose, we can bring our belly on down to the mat. Now, if you want to push your hands into the mat and let your spine hang a little bit here, I always like to do that. I just feel like it brings everything back into alignment after we do all those twisty poses. And I'm going to bring my belly down, and we're going to do bow pose and locust pose next. All right, so here we go. We're taking our elbows wide. Let's bring our cheek down to the mat and relax our lower back. Let's get a little grounded here before we start. Take a few deep Ujjayi breaths. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Okay, now, first let's do bow pose. So bow pose, we've got our hands back to our sides here and our nose is facing down toward the mat. On our next inhale, we're going to lift our shoulders and our arms and our legs and our feet off the mat and look straight ahead. I open up my heart, rolling your shoulders back, squeeze your glutes, lift our feet up, reaching our hands and our feet toward the back of the room. Reaching maybe like you're flying. Very nice. Or skydiving in a direction, like in a movie where they skydive and they like make themselves like shoot to a place. That's what it feels like for me. And exhale, relax. Arms and shoulders, legs and feet. Come down to the mat. Let everything melt. Very good. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Nose toward the mat. Inhale, lift, squeezing our glutes. Arms and shoulders come up. Feet go up toward the ceiling. Reaching back. Squeeze those quads. Nice and strong. Now, next exhale, only bring down your shoulders and your arms and your cheek here. Let's keep squeezing those glutes. Legs are still up in the air. 2 more deep breaths. Nice deep Ujjayi breathing.
And then relax those legs and bring our feet down. Very good. Notice where you're feeling the strongest sensation. All right, now, the next pose we're going to do is bow pose. So for bow pose, we bend our legs, and then we inhale, lift our shoulders, and we connect our hands with our feet. Then on our next inhale, we lift up, pushing our ankles into our hands, opening up through our chest, squeezing our glutes, opening up our heart. Now if you want to, you can start rocking back and forth and flip over to the side. Get that nice stretch through your quad. Nice and opened up. And then roll back to the center, rocking back and forth. And maybe roll to the other side. Maybe not. And then come back to the center. Nice and opened up. And then exhale, knees and shoulders come down. Hands. Straightening those legs. When you rock to the side, when you're laying on the side like that, you can stay there for a while, nice and relaxed and opened up. Very good. All right, now let's everybody inhale and push yourself and roll to our backs. Getting ready for our extended leg openers. So good for us. Here we go, rolling on our back. You might tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Let's do a little counter pose before we start. Having our belt there to the side, let's bend our knees. Bring our thighs up to our chest. Put our hands around our shins. Inhale, lift our head up. Look down at our feet, roll into a nice little ball. Bringing that sacrum up, curling it up. Relax, relieving that lower back. It's working so hard for us. Relax, shoulders and head comes down. Still holding our shins. Let's relax our lower back so our knees go to the sides of our rib cage. And we'll just rock back and forth there. Very nice. Coming back to center. Feet comes down. This is a great way to start. And then just straighten out that right leg. Keep your left leg bent. Okay, now we're going to inhale, straighten out that right leg. And I'm not mirroring you anymore. I'm laying this way, so we're going to put that belt around the arch of our foot, our right foot. And we want this leg to be straight, so you can make your belt longer if you want. But it's better to make your belt longer than to have your knee bent so you can hold on. So if you need to unfold your belt and make it longer like this, that's a fine thing to do. Some people might connect your peace fingers with that big toe, and that's a fine thing to do too. Okay, so our right arm is straight out to the side, our left leg is straight, and our right leg is straight. Pardon me. And we're going to relax and open up here. Our left butt cheek stays on the floor. And we're just going to relax our jaw, relax that right leg, that left leg. The more you relax, the deeper you can go into the pose. Facing up toward the ceiling. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. Now we'll inhale and bring that foot up to the center. And we're going to put that belt into your left hand. Right arm goes straight out to the side. We're going to lift up that right butt cheek and let that foot go all the way over to the left. Letting that right shoulder drop down to the floor. Big stretch up through the back of that right leg into your hip. Nice twist here. Keeping that right leg straight as you can. To feel that nice stretch there. And then we'll inhale and bring that foot back up to center. Both hands meet on the belt. Next, inhale, lift up your head and bend your elbows and bring your nose to your knee. Left leg stay straight, relaxing that left leg. Nice big stretch up through the back of that right leg. And release, head comes down, we can bend that right knee now. Foot comes down, and then straighten that leg. Probably feels very loosey-goosey now in that hip. So good for us. All right, here we go on the other side. All right, let's bend this left leg now. Whatever leg you did before, just do the other one now. I know my language I was mixing up my left and my right. Straighten out that left leg. Put your belt around the arch of your foot. Make it as long as you need to keep that leg straight. You might connect here if that's available. Our right hand goes out to the side, palm facing the ceiling, and then we're going to open up. Open up through that hip. Keep that right butt cheek on the floor. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Relax your lower back. Nice big stretch up through that left leg. Deep ujjayi breathing, nice and grounded. Alright, now we'll inhale and bring that leg back to center. Putting the belt into our right hand. Left hand goes straight out to the side. We're going to lift up that left butt cheek and let that foot go all the way over. Our left shoulder stays on the floor, or toward the floor. Nice big stretch up through the back of your left leg now. Breathing into the back of that leg. Relax your right leg all the way down. This is a passive pose, so we really shouldn't be holding tension anywhere. We're letting the pose do the work for us, and gravity. Now we'll inhale, bring that leg back up to center. Left hand comes up, we're going to meet on the belt there. Inhale, lift our head, bend our elbows, bringing our nose to our knee. Nice, straight, strong right leg. Nice big stretch up through that left leg. Release, head comes down and shoulders, bending that left knee. Left foot comes down. Nice relaxed left hip there. Straightening out that leg. Very good. All right, let's take a moment here to do a little body scan. Where are you feeling the strongest sensation? I'm feeling it in my hips. Relaxing our jaw. Opening up our heart. Take your shoulders back and then down away from your ears. We'll be ready for our final Shavasana here. Got our palms facing up toward the ceiling. Heels a little bit wider than our hips. Bring our awareness back to our breath. Let's roll to our right side, bend our elbow and our knees. Adjusting there. Gentle smile on our face, letting everything melt down toward our mat. Challenge you're facing this week, or maybe a loved one's facing, and just envision a positive outcome. Now let's start moving our fingers and wiggling our toes. Nice big inhale, moving our spine. Start to open up our eyes. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself back up to a nice seated position. Hands come back up to heart center. Thumbs resting gently there on our sternum. Relaxing down our spine. May the intentions of our heart and the words of our mouth and the thoughts of our mind be to the glory of God. Namaste.